Hey guys, welcome to another video. In this video I'm going to be talking about how I healed myself from my eating disorder. So before we get into it, I just wanted to let you guys know that I've written a new book called My 3 Steps to Become Stronger in Both Your Body and Mind. In this book I talk about my recovery journey and also how to become stronger in your body and mind with some tips and tricks on how I did that myself. So you can check that out in the link in my description, So let's get into it. Firstly, how I healed myself. I'll just give you guys a little bit of info about my eating disorder. So when I was 12, I was diagnosed with anorexia. I was admitted to hospital, and I was admitted again when I was 13. And then after this, I gained weight, and I was pretty healthy. My eating disorder wasn't really affecting my life. I didn't think that I had an eating disorder, to be honest, until I was 23 again, and then it came back because of my addiction with exercise and restrictive eating. And then at this point, it wasn't so bad that I had to go to hospital, but I did choose to leave my job because I felt like I wasn't going to be able to recover in the job I was working at. I was working full-time as a personal trainer, which is something that I love, something that I really enjoyed, so it was hard to give up, but it was what I had to do to heal myself, so I did that. And yeah, I'm going to get into the 3 tips that I've done over the past few years to help me recover myself, because I never really recovered in hospital. I don't believe I recovered myself after I went through this the second time. So yeah, so firstly, just non-restrictive eating. I allowed myself to eat more and eat as much as I want and to stop analyzing what I was eating. For me personally, I used to always be watching what I was eating and analyzing how much I ate, and if I felt like if I ate more than I did yesterday, that I was doing something bad, that I was doing something wrong. So I just let go of this and started eating more. And what actually helped me was going on a raw vegan diet. And I'm not suggesting you do this, but because everybody is different. But for me, I had a thing where I wasn't afraid to eat necessarily, but I was afraid to eat junk foods. So going on the raw vegan diet helped me to eat more without feeling guilty initially, and helped me gain a little bit of weight. But after a year of doing this, I found that I started seeing food that wasn't raw as bad, so I felt like I had to eat some cooked food again to really face those food fears, because no food is good or bad. And I'm not suggesting that any diet is good or bad either for recovery or just in general. It's not about the food, it's about your relationship with the food. As long as you're eating enough and you have a healthy relationship with food, that's what you want. That's the main thing in recovery, so keep that in mind. I'm not saying you should follow what I did, but you can if you feel like that is what is right for you. It depends on your own situation. And secondly, I just reduced the amount of exercise and started listening to my body. Rather than pushing myself all the time to do exercise, I just did what I felt like doing. Like when straight after I quit my job as a PT, I was very exhausted from doing a lot of exercise like constantly, and my body was very sore and tense because one, because of the training and doing a lot of exercise, but two, because of the actual emotions that were stored in the body from doing the exercise and not releasing it. So for that reason, I just took almost a year doing almost no exercise. So I still did walks and I still did yoga, but I didn't do it for like a really long time. I'd do like walks for like 40 minutes or whatever, and yoga for like 20 minutes. And I'd just do as much as I felt like. I wouldn't push myself to do anything too intense. I didn't walk really fast or anything either. And that just helped me to relax more, let go of the tension that was in my body. Yoga's really good for that. And just not feel like I had to do exercise if I didn't feel like doing it. Because if you don't feel like exercising, especially in recovery, if you're underweight, you don't need to exercise, okay? You've got to look after yourself and heal yourself and do what's right for you. It's not about what is right in the mainstream media for you, because this is what held me back, because I felt guilty, because I know like the fitness industry media says we should be active, we should be living a healthy physical life, we need to be active to be healthy. And I'm not saying that's wrong, but when you do have an eating disorder, that's not your priority. Your priority is recovery. So keep that in mind and allow yourself to have a break from exercise. Even if you do no exercise for a while, that's fine. That's completely fine. And thirdly, I just got in touch with my intuition. I started listening to what my inner voice was saying, not the eating disorder mind, but the inner voice from my heart was saying to slow down and relax more and to eat more and to allow myself to recover. Rather than listen to my eating disorder voice, which was telling me to eat less and work out more and that I'm not good enough. And also not listen to culture and mainstream media, because it's really hard, I believe, it's really hard when you have an eating disorder to heal because of the media. If you're in touch with the media, it can be really difficult because there's all these conflicting messages which say that you should eat these foods, or you should exercise this amount, or you should do this and do that, and you should be this body type. And I don't think everything in the media is terrible. Like, some things are good because it's telling us to be active and to eat healthy foods. That's fine. But when you have an eating disorder, it's not going to be helpful to you to listen to any of that. You've got to listen to yourself. And even if you don't have an eating disorder and you're healthy, or you've got other issues, it's still going to be better for you to listen to your intuition than listen to the mainstream media. Your intuition knows what's best for you on your personal unique journey. So listen to that voice within you, that real voice, that true voice, not that voice in your head. So that really helped me in recovery, because I stopped listening to other people around me. I stopped listening to my mind. It took time. It's not easy to stop listening to your mind. It doesn't happen overnight. But as you do it and as you become more aware of the difference between your mind and your intuition, then you become more in touch with your true self, and it'll become easier for you to heal. So that's it for this video. If you want to check out my book, you can find the link in the description. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.